This is the P-ONE Jump Starter from Powrun. Absolutely fantastic. If you've never used one of these, they're great for emergencies to use in your car. And so we're going to jump into the box. And everything basically comes in a hard shell case that looks like this. It's got a handle, strap, really strong zipper that you can use. So when we unzip this, everything that you need is right in here. You've got your cables that you'll plug into the actually jump starter. You've got a warranty from Powrun. You've got a user manual here. And then pull this out. You've got this on it, and a couple of things that are just really awesome, right? Built in is you've got a compass right here. You have a light that turns on here. You've got a couple different modes. You've got emergency mode, right? Or a hazard warning, different things like that. And then you've got this compass that works right here, right? So this is a 2000 amp at basically surge when you're charging a vehicle. And that's important to note because a lot of the other devices, I won't go into names, usually only have 1,000 amps. And so if you are trying to jump a larger vehicle or a truck or a diesel or something like that, this is going to give you that power to do that. The other ones most likely will not. Again, I'm not going to overpromise and underdeliver, right? But so capacity 44 watts, and then the peak current is 2000 amps like we just talked about. It's got a USB charging port, which is right here on the back side, and they make it nice and tight. Trust me, it's there. I don't want to rip this, but I don't have long fingernails to get this out. But there's a USB input right there. It's also where you're going to put the battery. So, and then you also have right here where you're actually going to start your vehicle. So a couple things that you'll need to know, again, just going off 200 or 2000 amp peak, which is current. It's basically 25 times a single charge. And then it's got a safety system, so you can't like overcharge or ruin your battery or anything like that. It's built into the actual system itself, so I'll show you that. So again, left in here is you've got your USB to USB-C charger, which is nice because you can actually charge this from another device if you needed to. And then you'll have your cables here. So let's just measure these from end to end. You're gonna get about, it's about a foot that you're gonna be able to use. So once you get your battery charged, you're just gonna shove this guy in here, and you'll see right in here, and maybe I'll pull this off, you've got a reverse and correct. So it's gonna tell you where these go, whether you have them on the right terminals or not. And then once you're ready to go, you can actually give it a boost, which I just did, and they're correct. And I'm not gonna do it in here and shock myself or ruin my computer or anything. And then when you're done, you can just pull these out and put them back in the bag. Let me just show you that USB charging port without. So you've got multiple ports in there, right? So you've got a classic USB-C, and then a USB traditional. It's a 4A. There's a 12 volt here that you could charge. You've got your LCD screen right here that shows you where you're at. And again, you've got your compass and everything here. So if you're going to keep this in a car or vehicle for somebody else, you definitely want to keep the user's manual there. Generally, people that need one of these are people that might not necessarily know how to jumpstart a vehicle, or it's in the back of, a child's car or something like that. Is you'll want to have the instruction manual with it so that they know how to use this and kind of go through everything. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if they've never used one of these before, it's important to maybe even show them. Again, this is the Powrun P-ONE Jump Starter. It's got a peak voltage of 2000 amps, which is fantastic. I just want to make sure I get everything. It's 3-in-1. It's a road trip kit. It has a flasher. It has a compass. It's got the 2 USB ports, which I showed you, and then the USB-C. So it'll charge your cell phone if you get an emergency. There's 4 modes. There's the flashing light, strobe light, SOS, and did I show you the red one? Maybe I did not get that far. Let's see. Probably annoying to look at. There we go. So the red one is the SOS one, so turn that off. So you get this, your charging cable, your device charging cable, your vehicle charging cable, and then everything comes in this nice hard shell Powrun case. We have multiple versions of the Powrun, right? We have one in each vehicle now. This is kind of our last vehicle that we need to have this for. And so super stoked to share this with you. If you have questions or you've learned something about having one of these, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. But having used other similar devices, the big thing about this is the ease of use, kind of the dummy mode where you can't really mess up or screw it up, but then also the 2000 amp power, peak power, which is super important. So thanks for watching.